You have an event coming up, you are organizing an event, and sometimes you feel like things are not going according to your plan, or you don't know what to do, or what not to do, or what step to take. This is the video for you. Hi wapenzi, welcome and welcome back. This is Furaha, and in today's video we're going to talk what I experienced and my opinions about wedding preparations, wedding do's and don'ts. I had my wedding 1 year 2 months ago, so I'm experienced. With a little experience that I gained during this preparation period, I thought I should share it with you as a sister and as a friend, so that we can be able to help each other. Sometimes you feel that you're stuck, you feel like you're the only one going through maybe these challenges or difficulties in planning a wedding or any event that you have. But let me tell you, people go through all these things that you're going through, and one thing that kept me grounded is that everything will be okay. I usually told myself, all will be well, all will be well. Whatever happens, all will be well. Sometimes you feel like things are not working out completely. You feel like people are against you, people do not want to accept maybe your ideas or whatever you want for this event. But then all will be well. All will be well, trust me. I was having a budget wedding. We did not want to break our bank because we want to have this wedding, because after a wedding there is marriage. So we wanted to do something nice, but something within our budget as well. But tuliokuwa na mado, tulikuja harusi Dubai. But we were working on a budget, and it was really key for us to stick to the budget. But there are two major things. My ancestors were. So these are the two things that kept me sane, calm, collected, composed during my wedding. So as I said earlier, we had a budget wedding, so we couldn't manage paying for a wedding planner. So I decided to come up with something. Let me show you. This book really helped me. I did not have a wedding planner, but this was my wedding planner for me. Everything that I was planning for my wedding is detailed in this book. January 2021 is when I bought this book. So this book has been with me for a year plus, and I really treasure this book. Let me tell you more about this book. I was a girl on a budget. I couldn't afford a wedding planner, so I decided to buy this counter book and write down my wedding plans in this book. This book has really been very helpful throughout my planning journey, and if possible, if maybe you are a bride on a budget like me, you can take this idea and use it. So here is the budget. I just had to write everything down. This is my team, my beautiful girls. Thank you. And after the team, I had things that I needed for my sanduku. There's a sanduku that is being given to the bride from the groom, so these are things that I needed in my sanduku. And then what is this hiding here? Kuhasa budget. This was the budget. Kuhasa is the blessing day, if I'm not wrong. The day before the wedding, there's usually a blessing ceremony, so this was the budget for that day. Family meetings as well, I had to write something down. There was a secretary, my sister was the secretary. I just wanted to write everything down, and this is I have everything down, but I have to make a summary of what I've written. Good girl, I'm so proud of myself. Family tree, this really came in handy, more so during sending out invitation cards, because our wedding was number restricted, so we had to come up with the family tree to know whom we're sending cards out to. Money out, I need to know how much is leaving our bank, or how much is leaving the kitty that we had for the wedding, and how much is remaining. And then I had my friends list, not my, actually our friends list for purpose of preparation and everything, for those maybe who confirmed they will be attending, so that you can send out cards to them. And yeah, so this really helped me. This made me sane. Another thing that kept me sane, and this was mostly for me and my husband. I'll my husband you to death. Me and my husband, one thing that kept us, my husband is in a different, by then was in a different county, and more than I was working in a different county, so it was hard for us to be okay. We had conversations, day-to-day conversations, but you just can't have a conversation and then let the details stick on your mind. During that time, you're preparing so many things, so I felt it's really important for you to put it down on paper for future reference. It's really key. So one thing that I did, I created a Google sheet, and I added him on the Google sheet so that once I do something, I update it on the sheet and he sees it. Once he does something, he updates it on the sheet and I'm able to see it. And this sheet really helped us. So those are the two things that really, two meditation things that really helped me. I used to carry this book with me everywhere I went. So let's talk about the do's and the don'ts. These are based on my experiences, based on my opinion as well, and the budget that I was on. One thing to consider is planning. Plan before planning. We sat down, the two of us, talked about what we wanted, what we didn't want. Most men do not really know what they want, but it's really important that you involve them. Make them feel like it's also their wedding. It's a part of their day as well, because it is. So sit down, discuss, and come up with a plan. The budget is really key when you're discussing with the partner. We had to discuss how much is too much. We had to know how much is too much for us to spend. You know your family, you know your spouse, you know yourself, and you know how far you can stretch financially. So I really think this is a very, very important point to consider. The other do is finances. Hapa ndo kuna kizungumkuti. You have sat with your partner, you have come up with a budget, or you sat with the family, whatever the case, you've come up with a budget. So now the next thing is, how are you going to raise these finances? Is family going to support you? Are your friends going to support you? Are you going to take up these finances, only the two of you? You need to discuss about these things. We got the support that we needed, and I'm grateful to my family, my friends. You guys, mupewe soda 1 liter bilji yangu. My family really came through for us. Our friends came through for us, and we appreciate all that. A few weeks before the wedding, we got every last coin that we needed. Imagine. Mungu ni nani? And we were so grateful for that. That was one of our goals as we were preparing for the wedding. But what if you ask for support and you don't get that support, or the contributions are not what you expected? My dear, please have an open mind. Be willing to adjust your budget. If you don't want to adjust your budget, make sure you have a cushion. When I say a cushion, I mean you have some money somewhere you and your spouse only know of, that if things don't go as planned, unatoa mara moja moja na unaongezea. Sometimes you just have to forgo some things and be able to handle these finances vizuri. We get serious when we're talking about finances. Support system. I really received a lot of spiritual support. We used to fast and pray every Thursday, and that was more than the support that I needed. Really, keep your support system close. You can have a prayer circle with you, people who pray for you. Support does not have to be financial. Support doesn't have to be, people do not have to go deep into their pockets for you to count that as support. You can have a small prayer circle, people who pray for you, people who pray with you, people that you trust, and people that you can lean on, people that you can rely on. My biggest support system was my family. A very good support system. Another thing is be present. Please be present in everything. Personally, for me, being present helped me. I didn't delegate anything till the last minute. For like invitation cards, I wrote every word I wanted on my card. I drew every picture I wanted on my card. And sometimes my sisters would look at me and be like, hey, when I will my ZD. I made sure I was present. I was in every meeting. I met up with all my service providers, not once, not twice, not thrice. It is really, really important for you to be present, because once you're present, it's very rare for mistakes to happen. Mistakes do happen sometimes, but they'll be so minimal. There'll be very few, and you can hold someone accountable. If something goes wrong, you have the upper hand to talk to that service provider and tell them, We sat down, we talked, and this is what we agreed on. And what I did every time I sat with the service provider, I was writing things down. Hey! I was writing things down. I really didn't want last minute disappointment. I really didn't want that. There were things that I was not compromising on. There were some factors that were non-negotiable for me. I understand I was on a budget. I understand I needed people's support, but there were things that I was not going to change because they were key for me and for my partner. There are things that we were investing in. 3 things that we're investing in. 1, photography and videography. This is key for us because in the near future you will sit down, look at your photos, look at your videos, feel nice about them, show your kids, show your grandkids, show people who have come to visit. So this was so key for us. So we didn't want to negotiate on photography and videography. So please invest in photography and videography. You won't be disappointed. You won't be disappointed. Another thing is we invested in food. Mama, kama umekuja harusi za our costs. You know, shughuli ni nini? Shughuli chakula. So we really wanted to invest in food, and we didn't. That was non-negotiable for us. Another thing was makeup and hair for me and for my girls. We wanted to look good. So those are things that I didn't want us to compromise on. So please, if possible, invest in things that you feel are key. And the last thing, very important, please. First things first for me was the venue. Once I felt like once I had the venue, then it was easy for me to map out how my wedding would be. And you know, most venues are constant. Whether you have 300 guests, whether you have 500 guests, you still pay the same amount. There are 2 things that were constant for me: entertainment and venue. Be it 100 people, be it 5,000, be it not 5,000, 500. Entertainment will still be the same because you settled for a band. So the band will still charge you the same and the ground will still be the same. Speaking of first things first, please remember yourself. Bride, groom, birthday girl, whoever you are, please remember yourself. Don't be so worried about everyone else. Of course, you're a host, it's your wedding, it's your birthday, you are worried about what they will eat, where they will sit. It is normal. But don't forget about yourself. Don't forget about your spouse. Because at the end of this day, mtarudi nyumbani mkiwa watu wawili. Preparing also for a wedding, it's not so simple. It's not so easy. You face a lot of challenges. There's a lot of push and pull. Things happen. As I said earlier, I got into an accident. My husband got sick a week too. You have to pray. Remember to pray. Remember to fast. Pray for yourself. Pray for your partner. Pray for your family. Pray for everyone who is involved in your wedding. Because one thing I know, you plan, God has his own plans. But whatever course the plans take, it will all work in your favor. That is what I believe in, and give that plan to God. Let God be in control of your plans. I remember I made my plans and I asked God, these are the plans I have. Please, may your will be done. May you do according to your will, because this is what I have. Now, show me what you can do for your child. Sometimes it's good to just sit back and watch God fight your battles. These things, these tips, these do's and don'ts really helped me, and I thought I should share this with you guys so that it can help you in one way or another. I'm so grateful for your support. I'm so grateful for watching this video, and see you in the next one.